Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Howto Island. Today we're going to learn how to overlap items. So we're going to head off this way back to where I built the bank last time. Across from it, we've cleared out an area that's a big, beautiful plot of real estate that I'm not sure what I'm going to build on it yet, but it's going to be big. Look at this, huge. Love it. Today I'll show you how to do it on this plot, but then I'll just not save. Okay, so this is the bank after it was finished, and we put the landscaping on it. So always remember, landscaping pulls your builds together quite a bit, and don't forget to do that part. Okay, this is going to start with a pergola. So the very first thing that we want to do after we put this up, of course, is to replace it. Now, we don't know the number on the gum wood, so I know the number on the hardwood because I use it all the time at 718. This could be 716, it could be 715, we don't know. So we have to find out. The best way to find out is to hit debug. Okay, you're going to walk up underneath it, and you'll notice where it says on tile, it says 716 gumwood pergola. So now you know that the number is 716. So now it's easy to replace. We're just going to run right back outside of the debug, and we're going to hit the place item like we've always done before. Place, capital I item. We're going to copy it because we're going to be using it a lot right now. And we're going to put, what was the number? 716. And we're going to replace it. Now, after you replaced it, you can kind of check which corner will take and which corner won't. The easy way to do it is by using the dirt printer, because you can just use the compactor to get rid of it. So will this take? Yes, that's not the spot. That's not the spot. He says it's the southwest corner, I believe. So there it is. It's that corner. We can't put any dirt there, see? That means that the only place on the whole ground that's recognizing that it has something on it is this place. So we'll not be able to overlap in that area. No matter what the item is, that's the rule. Okay, now we're going to get rid of these. Well, as you see, you can dirt print. So you could make all these posts of dirt and then cover them up with brick or whatever it is you want to use. Just some tips on using these pergolas a little bit. Okay, so now that we know that we can't overlap at that end, let's take this just to prove the point, and see we won't be able to overlap this pergola here. We can put it on, but when we go in there, it won't take. So it'll always have to be on either this side of the pergola or on this side. You see how it overlaps? Okay, now you can create cool effects by doing this. You can make porches on houses and things like that with it. It's a really cool idea to use, not just for putting furniture underneath, but for just using it in your builds. So let's say I did it here. We can make a really cool shape like this. But you see, it does change the way that it looks. It makes a different shape altogether. Let's go ahead and get rid of it by going back to this pole. And nope, where is it? I'll have to locate it. Not sure where it placed at. There it is. I was right the first time. Okay. Now we're going to try a different look. We'll just go one in. And that's how you make a longer looking porch or a storefront or something. Alright, but what if we want to do this with, I don't know, something that's not a pergola? Then what do we do? Well, let's say we build a build and it has, I don't know, it's an odd number. And we have this, you know how everything in here is an even number? So, for instance, we have the arches. We'll grab some of those out, one of those out. Let's get a fairy light wall. Let's say you want to put a fairy light wall across the build. But you have an issue because the thing is 5 slots or 7 slots. And putting this takes up 4 spaces, so of course that won't work. So what you want to do instead is you want to walk up and you want to find the debug number on it, just like we learned before. And it is 608. So now we're going to leave the debug because it's right in the way. All right, we want number 608. We know that this is the spot that we can't do anything to. How do we know? Because the pergola was on this side. So I'm pretty sure we have to go on this side of it to put the next one up. So let's grab another fairy light wall. Well, hang on. I gotta replace this. 608. Always replace it. Which I'll forget because I'm trying to talk and do it at the same time. I'm not used to talking while I'm building. It's a whole new concept for me and I get really lost. That's what happened with the bank situation. Okay, you see this? We can just extend it by, we could extend it by just one spot. So you can go 5 across. We can make it a little longer, 6, so you don't have to go a full 8. Or we can take it all the way down here to 7. So let's say we want a smaller doorway or something, or panel. We take it here. And see, it makes a kind of a cool look to it. I really like the way that looks, especially if you do a couple of them next to each other. Let's see what else. Let's go a little bit further. Give you the look of what it looks like when you double it. Same kind of way, but you have more even 2, 2, and 2 panels there. I'm going rather quick, but I have a lot of things I want to go through. And then we just do one little slot. So it's a way that you can use these in your builds that are uneven. All right, now, what I said, don't ever come over here to where it won't place and hit your E button and make it all go away, because what will happen is this entire line right here will need to be fixed. We can do it right quick to show you what I mean. I'll show you. It's a mess, but we just need to remember the number 608 to fix it, okay? Or some other place item will work. Okay, so now let's see if what I'm telling you happens. I can dirt print there, but let's go on across and see where I might develop a problem. Right there. See how it's not going to this next slot. It's automatically pushing me. That won't print. That won't print. That's where the other fairy light wall was at. It's all messed up now. So now what we got to do is let's get rid of this printing that I just did. I'll show you how to fix it. If you ever have this problem and have an accident. And hopefully I don't make a fool out of myself trying to show you because I've forgotten or don't do it right. It might take me a second, but I'll get it. Oh, now I've walked away. Okay. Let's see if I can find the spot again just to be sure I'm on the right place. Well, I don't want that button. I want that button. Not that button. Okay, work with me here. Gotta find it again. There it is. Okay, the spot right in front of me is where I need to fix it. And it goes all the way to that one right there. See the square on the left? That's the one I want. So let me highlight that. Square to the left of me. And forward, right there. We're going to hit 608 again. It fixed it. Now we take it away. Now I should be able to place it back there again. So that's all you do, is you go back over it, you place item again, and it gets rid of that problem. It can make you panicky if you don't know what you're doing. I've been panicked before. And if you walk away from it and you lose the spot where it placed, or you didn't know in the first place where it placed at, that could be troubling. But just work at it, you'll eventually figure it out. And you shouldn't have to have James come in and help you. Alright, let's show you what it looks like when you overlap arches. First we gotta, again, use the debug, walk up to it, type in the debug, and it's a 602. Okay, take number 602, we're gonna go over here. Oh, we gotta replace it first. 602. Pick up the one that it gave you. Alright. These are really cool, especially if you want to do them in a waterfall or a fountain or in front of a building, that it can make like a really cool look. So say I want to go farther with it and I want to make an entire wall out of it. We're going to 602 it again. And we're just going to keep going down the line. And I'll make this really cool looking chain. And this looks really, really good on a build. And it's a way that you can have another kind of decoration. The way it looks even best is if you can bury it in the ground, so only a portion of it is sticking up. You can kind of make really cool patterns with these kinds of things by overlapping them. But we don't want to keep this, so now we have to go to the last one we placed, and we're gonna hit E. Go to the next one and hit E. Well, there we go. It's the inside one. Oh, I think I just messed that one up. Let's see if I got a spot that I can't place things on. And we'll use the pergola because it's bigger. It'll cover more area. Yep, I can't place right there. So let's do a 718 right there. Just because I know that's what it is. Alright. I should have fixed it. Yep, it's fixed. Okay. Let's try a fountain. Fountains are really, really neat looking when you overlap them. This is, however, one of those places where I might wind up with a problem. I'm going to go ahead and grab a few because I don't really trust myself here. Now, I don't know where the spot is where this is placing. It'll be wise to try to figure that out. So the first thing we have to do is the debug. And walk up to it. And the fountain is 528. So we're going to replace it with 528. Alright. Now, what will be wise to do at this point is to figure out how this is placing and where the spot is that you're going to have a problem with. That's not it. That's not it. There it is. This is going to be your spot that you can't mess up. Right over here at this corner. Now we can't get too many of these going. See, that works. But this actually could be kind of neat looking. I hadn't really considered doing this before. You could put a wall around this. I don't know, it might be weird looking. But what if we made it a little bigger? Now see, you got me playing. This is what happens, and this is how I wind up building weird things. Let's say, well, if that back panel were to work, we could do it just using this side and the front. Let me try to see what I'm trying to explain to you here. So, let's go ahead and take these two pieces down. Now I'm just overlapping things with dirt. Ah! I don't think I can jump up there very well. Okay. Now let's say that I was making a building or whatever, and I wanted to build this into the wall. It could be done. It looks a little weird. You might be able to offset some of the weirdness by putting, I don't know, say a couple of potted lily pillies or something. Maybe at the front of it. This is how I wind up doing builds that are weird. I just play around. Oh, it won't place there. Oh yeah, because that's the spot. It won't work. Okay, well, maybe that's another day. Maybe I can figure that out in another episode or another build and then bring it to you. But until then, this is what we're going to do with this. We're going to go ahead and take this down. Oops. I can't hit the buttons right. That's a common problem, though. That's nothing new. And what? One more level down. Sorry, now I'm talking to myself. Well, come on. Some of this stuff defies all logic to your brain. It doesn't make sense why you can put dirt in the fountain like that. So it's kind of hard to figure. Let's grab another fountain though. After we've replaced this, and we've got to remember what the number was again. I have to debug again because I've already forgotten. I think it's 528, but I'm not sure, and I don't want to chance it. And it is not showing up. Why is it not showing up? Huh? Am I missing it? Maybe I need to go back to that back corner. Yep, there it is, 528. Okay, see, it's not recognizing there's anything here. That's why it allows you to place things. Once you get the mechanics of it figured out and you understand how it's working, it's a little bit easier to do it. Alright, so let's do something neat, and let's back up off this so that I can get it to place. And let's double this so that it makes a cool shape. And now we have a whole new fountain that we can use. And if you want to go one further, you could put one out here in the front. Oops. Well, I'd have to replace with this one first. Let's try that. 528. Alright, now we can do it. Well, we should be able to do it. I don't know why it's not working. I might have an issue here. Let's go right here and do 528. The reason why I don't just do that in the first place is because stuff has a tendency to move when you log out. Some things do. They'll change position. So you don't want to... Oh, it keeps going right there. That spot that I'm looking at might not be working right. Oh, look. I've moved. We'll figure it out, though. Okay. I'm not sure why it's not placing. There we go. So now we have a whole nother look. And you could do this within the limits of that one piece that you can't put stuff on. So I wouldn't be able to put one back here to make it 4. Because this area right in here will be... I don't know if it's this one. I think it might be this one. Well, anyway, whichever one it is here, it'll be the same one here. So likely that one. And you won't be able to put anything there no matter whether you replace it or not. So you are limited in what you can do with it, but this does open up another possibility for your buildings. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. Let's go back here to the spot. Where's the spot? I'm gonna find it. I really am. This might be the problem that I had with it before. Okay. So, the best way to find the spot is to hit the debug and look for it. I don't think I'm gonna find it right there. I think it's gonna be up in here, maybe. Huh. It's not showing up. Where are you? Was that... That's sand. Okay. That took a minute. But you see how I found it to get rid of it. That's how you should do it safely. If you tend to mess it up, like I said, just use your place item over the spot where it messed it up at, and you should be fine. Alright. I'm glad that I'm doing this way so you can see the mistakes along the way and how, as long as you don't panic, you're fine. It's not like you're going to set off an explosion or anything and your whole game's going to be ruined. However, I do suggest if you start to mess around things like this, and you're, just for safety's sake, you should always save and back up your game. It's just a smart thing to do. So let's try, I don't know, I'm thinking of some things that I've used in the past. Let's look at the placeables. Oh, okay, let's go with a table. Let's say you want to have a longer table. You know how, let's go picnic table. I'll just type that in. Oh, that's not what it's called. It's called, let's go with the hardwood one. Okay, the hardwood, what is it? Or just hardwood table. Alright, so let's say that you don't like the way the thing's placed on this table. Okay, you know how it is. You can't put you have to put 2 plates down, one on this spot or one on this spot over here. But if you want a centerpiece, you can't get one because there's no center. So to create a center of the table, first we're going to find out what the number is on this table. It's 706. We're going to place item 706. And then we're going to lay down another table. right over the top of this one to make it. Well, I gotta back up because I'm in the way. If it's not working, that's likely what's going on. Okay. Now we've made a longer table. Now let's say I want to put a candelabra on it. Just actually, let's go with it. Let's go with the Eastern lantern because I really like the way that looks on this table. It's a combination I like using, especially for outdoorsy stuff. So that's how you do that. You're able to make that centerpiece. Now you can put your chairs however you like to have them, and you can even make this table longer if you wanted to do a play on like a castle table or something that's really long like that, or a long picnic table at a pavilion at a park or anything of that nature. Okay, let me get rid of that so that I can actually use my E button. There we go. Anyway, that's basically it. That's how you use place item. And you can do it with just about anything that I don't know, anything that you care to mess with in here. Anything that's a placeable. And I don't know if that's all I've ever used before, but it does change the way that your builds look. It kind of gives it a little extra flair. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know that's how you do it. So this has been another episode of Howto Island. I hope it's helped you. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.